We have a cheat code for when Bitcoin will bottom. Pay attention. The million-dollar question that you and everybody you know in crypto is asking, when will Bitcoin bottom? It's the million-dollar question. The answer is right in front of you. Take a look at this chart right here. When the yellow line crosses below the red line, it's precisely accurate to exactly the bottom. It happened in 2018. It hasn't happened since then. Before 2018, it happened in 2015. When exactly the yellow line crossed exactly below the red line, it marked exactly the bottom. And guess what? Bitcoin is on the verge of having this cross. We're going to talk about when it's expected to happen, what you should be doing, and what our honest opinion is of where this price will be when Bitcoin bottoms. If you're new here, my name is Steve. Started in the stock market a little over 20 years ago, made every mistake in the book, and it's been my life's mission to help you avoid all of those mistakes, because over the past 20 years, I learned how to dominate this industry, and I'm here sharing my wisdom and knowledge and experience with you. We've been in crypto for many, many years, and our sole focus is to help you use your crypto to gain financial freedom. Hit that subscribe button. Now, in front of you right here is the weekly chart. I mentioned we have a yellow line and a red line. What are they? The yellow line is the 20-week moving average, and the red line is the 100-week moving average. When you plot it, like we have here, what you notice is it's incredibly accurate. We want to know when the bottom is. We've been covering on our channel these big moves in Bitcoin. We understand a big move is right on the horizon. You've seen our last video. If you missed it, you got to go back and watch with the NVT HV, which is right here at the bottom. But we know the biggest move is upon us. But what's important is when we're going to bottom. Now, you may think, hey, these lines are crossing right now, this yellow and red, but as we zoom in, they are not crossing as we speak, but they are fascinatingly close to crossing. Now, when we look at the most recent bottom, and we haven't had this cross literally in 4 years. We had it last in 2018 when our yellow line crossed our red, and it was precisely at the bottom candle. Now you may take that one data point and say, it was a lucky guess. But the only other time in history that we had that cross was 2015 at precisely the bottom. But actually, it was about 1 week early. We had the cross at this candle, and the following week was the actual bottoming candle. So we can say that out of the 2 data points we have, the only 2 times that these 2 lines crossed in the entire history of Bitcoin, they were fascinatingly accurate. Now, can we say, hey, we have 13 data points over 47 years in all 13? No, we're not at that level. Bitcoin is still pretty new. But when you look at the history of Bitcoin, we can say that based on the facts and the charts, these 2 lines have only crossed twice ever in the 12 years, twice. Both of them happen to be within a few days of the absolute bottom. Those things that we just said, we can say with certainty that those are facts. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because is Bitcoin going to go 3 for 3, where it's fascinatingly accurate right to the bottom? Nobody knows. Not us. Nobody knows. However, we can say that based on the facts, there's probably a good level of probability that will be fairly close to the bottom when these 2 cross. Okay? So we have to keep our eye on when these 2 cross. It's not yet, but it's getting very close. I needed to bring this to your attention because nobody else is bringing things like this to your attention, and we have to give a shout out to our student. Our student brought this to our attention, and he said, look, these 2 lines, pay attention. We need to understand where the market bottom is. We'll remain level-headed. So I wanted to bring it to your attention as well. But let's get into what I believe is going to happen. How do we believe this thing's going to play out? Is this going to cross this week? Are we going to cross next week? What's going to happen? Here's the key. We know, based on our past video, that the NVT HV is signaling the largest move of the year. That we can also say based on facts, because over the last 4 or 5 years, every time our historical volatility dipped below here, that was the largest, most important move of the entire year. So one can say, if Bitcoin is down here in prices, holding this market structure that we've been holding literally for a year and a half, if we did fall in prices, roughly 45%, we would have this cross, because these are moving averages. This line, this yellow line, would move faster. This is our fast line. The red is our slow line. The yellow line, if we dropped in prices, would have a cross. So we could say, hypothetically, if we have this line with the NVT HV and we come out of it in white and we do have a leg down, it's likely that that will be our last leg down, and it's likely that leg down would cause us to have this cross in colors, and it's likely that that would probably mark the bottom. Now, there's a lot of hypotheticals in there, but again, this is trading. Trading, there are no certainties. You will never buy Bitcoin with 100% certainty that it's not going up. You will never sell Bitcoin with 100% certainty that it's going down. If you have that idea in your head, that's fictional. You have to throw those thoughts in the garbage. Trading, what you're doing, you're trying to grow your portfolio. Those are all based on probabilities. Everything that you want to do in this game, and make no mistake, this is a game. You're trying to make money, and so is everybody else. The majority of people are going to lose. Only a small percentage are going to win. The small percentage that win have a very good understanding of probabilities. Everything that you do, and I want you to change that focus, everything that you do in this game is based on probabilities. And we can say that it's probable that Bitcoin will have a move to the upside here in white, a crash down, and potentially mark our bottom. We can say that that's a higher probability than us making a new all-time high in the next 2 months. Just based on the facts, we can say it's more probable of scenario A than B. Now, I do want to draw your attention because you're in crypto and you've been feeling that agony of watching your portfolio go down and down and down, and the agony of never knowing when to buy and sell. We've got the best program in the industry that'll move you away from that and move you towards feeling the joy of winning, knowing exactly when to buy and sell, having a dominating strategy, recovering your losses. That's what my program does for folks around the world, and you're next. You can go to CryptoCrewUniversity.com. The all-in-one is at an enormous discount, only for a limited time during this bear market. Sign up right here to the all-in-one, CryptoCrewUniversity.com. Now, back to this chart here. We need to focus on this. Right? We need to focus on this cross. We'll be giving you updates here. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll follow up with these crosses at the moment they happen. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs.